All right, welcome back. We finally got to race. We got to race up at Cadillac in the Cadillac Invitational. I've got boys slalom coming at you right here. Before we begin, I always want to thank our digital ad sponsors. They do a lot to make sure we've got funding for our programs. We appreciate everything they do. We appreciate everything you do as a sponsor. Hopefully you're enjoying the videos. Try to keep something coming up. It gets a little tough when we have 2 or 3 races in a week, but today worked out nice. So we're still a little under $17,000. We're doing awesome on our fundraiser. We raced Friday at the Cadillac Invitational, and the boys took third. We did really well. We're going to watch their runs here in a second. It was a pretty tough field. Mount Pleasant was ranked number 8 in the state, and Matawan-Pawpaw is ranked number 7 in the state, and somebody missed something because I think Cadillac should be ranked. They were pretty good. So here we go. We're going to start off with our forerunner, Cohen Broomfield. Cohen's, the reason we do forerunners is, number one, more or less just to make sure the timing is working. It also gives the other skiers a chance to watch to see if the courses run kind of how we inspected them. All of our courses at this race seem to run really smooth and not really have any problems. I try to bring my kids who are really close on the varsity, to ski it. And I think Cohen, he's one of those guys right on my bubble. I've got about 8 or 9 guys that run all about the same speed. As you're going to watch, that's kind of key for us. We have probably my first 4 guys are my fastest, but then after that, there's not a giant drop-off, and that's a huge advantage for us. A lot of teams out there, once you go past your 4th skier, they start getting slower, and ours don't. Here's Luke putting down a great run. He skied really consistently for us in slalom and scored for us. Tyler Dean, watch his runs end this today. He had a great race. End up getting a medal in slalom and a medal in GS. He took 6th in slalom and 10th in GS, which is an awesome day for anybody when you double medal. He come up after this, he goes, "Coach, I felt like I was almost out of control." And to be real honest, over the years, when kids say that, they are in control, but they're almost out of control. That's when they're fastest. They're pushing it to the limit, and that's what we get. My first 4 skiers are that's what they're doing. Now we got Sean Rice. Sean took 5th in GS. So he was in the top 5 for this race, which is a tough field in GS. He had a rough time in slalom today. The first run wasn't bad. He skidded a couple times, which adds tenths of a second to your race. And in a field this tough, that makes a giant difference. You watch the rest of his runs, pretty good. We just had a little slip up at the top, and that happens. These guys are pushing it hard, and everybody skis different conditions, different ways. It was super solid. We'll call it a hard packed race surface, and it was ice, but this is what we like to ski on. Here's Braden. Now Braden puts 2/3 of a great run together because he's really skiing it well. And if you watch, I think you put time on him, he's running really fast here, maybe too fast. And that's sometimes what's happening. You get into a rhythm, and the way this course was set, about where he was at, you come out of a feature, and they got a kind of a sharp turn. He missed, and he did exactly what we want him to do. He climbed. Here's the way it goes in ski racing. If you miss a gate, you can climb and ski the pattern. You get a time. If you ski out or you ski it wrong, you get a disqualified. And then you get 1 more point than the slowest racer. So Braden did exactly what we want him to do. And, if we're going to make a mistake, I guess at an invitational is a good place. We want to have all this stuff ironed out so we're ready for conference racing. Now I got DJ Potgetter. Usually my 5-6 guys, I tell them, I need you to finish no matter what. If we get a goof up in the front, somebody in the first 4, we're going to have to use your times. Generally speaking, these are guys where we're breaking in, we're teaching, they're improving as we go. Now, DJ is a fast guy. We just have to get him to keep standing up, and he does. And this run puts down a great run. And later on, we have somebody else kind of flub, and it come down to DJ and then actually Ben to keep us where we were at. Now, coming into slalom, the boys were in 3rd place. in GS. We took third. We were behind Cadillac and Mattawan. Mattawan's in our conference. We know they're good. Cadillac we always know is good, but we were in third after GS. And when we come in here, we had Braden had a climb in his first run, so that really means DJ score is going to have to count if we're going to have a chance at holding on to third. And DJ knocked down a good run. Ben run a really solid first run, and that kind of took us to the halfway point in slalom. We've got 5 good scores and one that's not terrible, but that's the way it goes. So now we're running second runs. Luke, again, consistent, solid, puts down a great run. He ended up scoring for us. And it just helped our team a ton, helped keep us in position where we have a chance to end up third, maybe even better if somebody else messes up. It's kind of how it goes sometimes ski racing. You ski well if somebody makes a mistake. That's where you capitalize. Tyler Dean, again, puts down a great run. Tyler's skiing so consistent. He was great for us really his whole career. His freshman year, he got some bad breaks with some timing calls and some DQs we didn't agree with, but man, he skied well, and he just did it there, and he ended up taking sixth. Sean's having a much better run here. He didn't skid at the top. He's running well. Even with the skid, he might have still been able to score. And then something happens here. As I'm watching it on video, it doesn't look like he missed a gate, but I think he passed it right, but he didn't think he did. So he's going to climb up and around like we tell him to. That way, if we lose 2 more guys, we at least have times to score. That might keep you still, maybe, not dropping as much. And he finishes strong. I love the hustle. Sean, if you know him, he's just an awesome kid. Actually, all the kids on my team are. Here comes Braden. He puts down a great second run. He had to climb in the first, but he does awesome here. After Sean had spun out, I talked to DJ and Ben. I said, guys, I need you guys to ramp it up. You have to finish, but you got to ski it fast. And they both did. They both turned it up a notch, and our team was able to hold on to third place in this really tough meet. Like I say, we had 2 ranked teams. We beat Mount Pleasant, who was ranked number 8 in the state. And then Mattawan edged us out a little by a little, not a whole lot when you think about 10 teams being there. So when we get into our conference race, I think it's going to be very competitive between our 2 teams. And here's Ben with his final run. And just, like I say, he's just solid. He did exactly what I needed him to do. He and I talked. This kind of conditions is perfect for him. He's kind of a hard edger. So he's not going to slip and slide out on the ice because he's running that great. And like I say, I'm just proud of his performance and DJ's. There's the whole crew. And this last picture will show you the Sean and Tyler with their medals. Thanks for watching.